I did my Masters in Instrumental and Analytical Methods in Biological and Environmental Chemistry at the University of Warwick. I finished that in 1999, and while there I did my 5-month project actually working for Zenocoroga Chemicals at the time. And there I worked, did my project doing analysis, so it's called gas chromatography mass spectrometry. And basically it's a technique that's used to analyse everything from gas samples through to solid samples. From that I was then offered a job at Anthias, so it was then called Anthias, and I spent 5.5 years working there as an applications chemist. So what that meant was that the instruments that were sold by this company, I would prove to the customer that they actually worked for their application. So I did applications work as well as demonstrations as well, so demonstrating the instrument. And then after the instrument had been sold, I did the training, so train the customer how to actually use that instrument and also how to develop their methods to get the most out of it for their application. Well, for a start, I had never even thought about starting my own company until I had a couple of customers say to me, "Oh, you really start your own company? I'll employ you to do some method development or some training." And I felt very overwhelmed by what people thought about me, about the work that I'd done, and that I was actually capable of starting my own company. So yeah, it's a very strange sense of being really kind of like, people think that much of you, that they think that you're capable of that sort of thing. So when I thought about starting my own company, I thought, well, there's nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose. I've got a couple of other job offers, so if it doesn't work out, I can always go back to that. I was very, very fortunate in that my husband was very supportive. So yeah, we had to kind of tighten the belts on the money situation for a little while, but we got through it, and it was all very exciting. I didn't really know anything about starting my own company. So first of all, I went to the Business Link website, where you can download lots of documentation on how to start, things to think about, things to discuss with other people before you even kind of start the process. I was under 30 at the time, so that kind of pointed me at Shell, Livewire. So I went to them and they set me up a meeting at the Cambridge Enterprise Agency. So while I was there, I kind of thought everything through and kind of got a plan together. So I went to the Enterprise Agency. I was quite prepared about the sort of thing that I wanted to do, and of course they do a course of 6 days of training courses. So one day talking about, you know, whether to be a sole trader or whether to be a limited company. So at first I thought, oh, I'll be a limited company, and then I was like, no, I'll be a sole trader. And then they advised me, you should be a limited company as you're offering advice, being a consultancy business. One day was on financial and legal implications, another day on bookkeeping, because again I knew nothing about bookkeeping, a day on sales, a day on marketing, and I think a day on IT solutions. And I got a huge amount out of those training courses because even though the other people also on the same training course, a mixture of both men and women, they didn't know anything about science. They were kind of more into opening up a hairdresser's, opening up a shop, maybe writing some software, that side of things. They just looked at my business from a completely different perspective. So when thinking about how to market the business, they thought about things I didn't even imagine thinking about, because of course, you know, I'm too close to the area, I'm too close to the application of my business. And so I found it really, really useful going to those training courses, and then I progressed on from there to have training with the HMRC for payee and how to pay taxes, how to pay myself. Again, they were just so incredibly helpful. And then I went to the VAT office and had, well, I couldn't actually make their training course. They said, oh, you know, you sound like you should be able to get to grips with it very quickly. Come in for an hour and have a chat. So I went in there and it was all one-to-one, absolutely fantastic. And I was just said, you know, over those few months when I was learning everything about my business, I was just like saying to people, I didn't realise how much help there was out there. But of course, this is 2 years ago and there's even more help now. I wrote my business plans as soon as, you know, I started my business. I started thinking about it. And I think it was a very structured way of making sure that I'd covered all of the areas. Because I wrote my own website, I found that I could actually just take the information from my business plan, slightly rearrange some words, but that is the main bulk of what I wanted actually on my website. So therefore I didn't have to go and write a whole new documentation for my website. Again, thinking about brochures, again thinking about who my customers were and who to do mailings with to, who to contact, that side of things. Again, it all came from my business plan. So I actually found that, you know, kind of like my business plan is almost like my Bible. You know, it's got all my thoughts, all my ideas, all my plans. when I was at my last job. I worked in an environment where I was the only female technical person in the company. And if only I'd known about kind of some networking groups at the time, like Cambridge AWISE, then I would have had a huge amount of support. I've made a huge number of friends. You know, we kind of like meet up for lunch, we chat through problems, just even meet up for a coffee, and it's just very supportive. As an employee, I was very motivated, very enthusiastic, so I ended up working 16, 17 hours a day, weekends. My whole life revolved around work. And when I started my business, I said, right, that's it. I'm going to go and do all these other things that I wanted to do for years. So that's really good in that respect. You have quieter times and you have really busy times, but you've got to make sure that it kind of, if you even it all out, it's working out about right. Anybody and everybody can go and do it, I think.